Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I'm an accountability coach and author of Get Resultsology, The Science of Getting Stuff Done. I work with people who run their own business, no boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together, we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the big ideas that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. If that sounds like the breakthrough you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, it is my absolute pleasure and delight to welcome Danielle Hughes to Goalbusters podcast today. Danielle is the Chief Personality Officer at More Than Words Marketing and creator of the Personality brand. Danielle helps professionals embrace their true selves to stand out, attract the right audience, and repel the wrong one. Often called a magician with words, she can craft your brand message or deadlift you, just not at the same time. Danielle is also available for office party tricks and accepts Bordeaux as payment. Wow! Danielle, welcome to Goalbusters.
Thank you, Robin. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you here. Whereabouts in the world are you, Danielle?
I am in New York City.
Oh, fantastic. So we think we established before the call you're about 5 hours behind me. So early afternoon, late morning for you, and late afternoon.
Yes, late morning, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Shall we do the questions?
Yes.
All right, I'll start the clock. And there it goes. Danielle, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
So my ideal client are two people. One would be senior leaders, executives, anybody sort of moving up in their career who is looking to either establish thought leadership or take more of a thought leadership role in their organization. Or I also work with solopreneurs and entrepreneurs who own their own business and are struggling to sort of differentiate themselves in the market from their competition.
Fantastic. Both hugely valuable services. That's amazing. I love that. And so perhaps you could broaden that out a little bit and explain to us what exactly is the problem or problems that you solve.
So the problem is that most people struggle with how to be themselves in business and professional spaces. And I think the advent of virtual and hybrid work has made it even harder to forge and foster connection. And so everything has been about work and it's not about relationships. And so for me, people come to me because they feel like they sound like everybody else. They don't know how to tell their career story. They don't know how to highlight what's important and unique about them. And I help them figure out what I call their personality brand. How can they put more of who they are into their professional message so that they can connect with the right types of clients, customers, companies?
Oh, I love that. I really do like what you're saying there. That's a fascinating insight. Absolutely, completely on the money. You don't need me to tell you that, but I'm nodding in agreement and going, yeah. All right.
It is a very difficult thing for people to do, as we know.
It is a very difficult thing. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And it can be a little bit soul destroying if you don't get a handle on it, because you do feel like, oh, how do I differentiate myself? It is difficult. All right. Exactly. I'm waffling again. So what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to solve that problem, Danielle?
So my easiest tip that I tell everyone is think about some hobby or something that you do that you love that you could just add to the end of your LinkedIn title. Just something on the tip of that title that just says something like mountaineer or wine lover or beachcomber or, poodle lover, whatever it is. Just something that will give people a sense of who you are when you're not working and open the door for conversation around that thing that could potentially become a shared passion or connection for the person reading it.
Yeah, brilliant. So if there's like a million bookkeepers out there and you're the only one that says bookkeeper who loves sea fishing, you're probably only one of a few dozen that bother to do that. And that
Exactly. And it
immediately
makes you
makes you
more
stand out.
memorable, right? And more
Yeah.
interesting. And
Yeah, I
even
love
if
it.
no one else is a sea fisher, it does not matter because they're going to be like, what is this sea fishing? And tell me more about it.
Yeah. Nothing to do with bookkeeping, but I remember them.
Correct.
That's half the
Exactly.
battle. That's half the battle. Brilliant.
Yes.
All right, so now that we have a much better understanding of a little bit about like what you do,
Yes.
let's dive into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals. And we established before the call that you don't struggle with maximizing your productive time. So I'm really looking forward to hearing if you could share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits.
Yeah. So I think it's so interesting. I have something that's kind of counterintuitive, but it actually works, which is to carve out time for yourself in your day and in your week and be unapologetic about it. So, in other words, I don't start my day until 10 o'clock most days because I'm at the gym at 8, no matter what. And I'm not home and showered and eating until 10 o'clock. And then a lot of Friday afternoons, I'll take off and go with some friends to like a museum day or an afternoon adventure. So because I already know that I've like reduced my, timeline of when I might be working, I'm forced to be a little bit more productive in the times that I am working because I have already made this bargain with myself that these are times when I will not be working for myself. And in order to carve out that time, I need to be a little bit more focused and productive in order to make that time happen.
Yeah. And for anybody watching or listening to this podcast who procrastinates, we established firmly before we started this that Danielle does not struggle with procrastination. So, and I always say success leaves clues. So please listen to what Danielle has just said. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
You've got to make time for yourself. It really clears your mind and it really sets you up for the day
Yeah.
and it reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing. And you'll talk about an early morning routine, but you do other things as well, other free time, like
Yes.
the museum things. I'm there, yes, please. Where
Yeah.
I live, we don't have many museums like we do in New York, but I still love them. All right.
London has plenty, although I don't know if you're in London,
London
but
does, but
yes.
London is, for me, London, you might as well be in New York. It's so far
Oh,
away.
okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Fair.
So finally, Danielle, and by no means least, what should I have asked you today that I didn't? And also, what would your answer be, please?
Yeah. So, you didn't ask me why I call it personality brand and not personal brand. So, my answer is that I'm a writer by trade and personal means private. And so I never understood why we tell people to have a personal brand because the whole idea of personal is to keep it to yourself. But personality is what's unique about us. It's our distinct traits and characteristics. And those are the things that we have that allow other people to connect to us. So for me, I feel like when I tell clients to put some personality into their messaging or their content, it allows them to be more themselves, but with boundaries, where it doesn't feel like they have to be too personal or give anything away. It's just enough to start to build that bridge to connection.
Ooh, I've got goosebumps. I love that. I'm going to
Thank
steal
you.
it. Is it
Okay.
trademarked?
I can't trademark it. Unfortunately, I've looked
Oh, well, in
into
that
it.
case, I'm
That's
definitely going to
yours.
steal it. No, I do believe in ethical marketing, but I definitely think that that is a absolutely magnificent distinction. I love it.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for sharing that with us. Brilliant. I'm really glad
Yeah.
that you raised that as the question I didn't ask you. If we had an hour, well, I could probably talk to you for about 55 minutes just on that alone, because I can understand how huge that is. Brilliant. I love it.
Thank you.
Danielle, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Look at that. We've done it in the full
Uh,
7 minutes, even with me
Perfect.
waffling on and taking up some of your time. But I've loved it. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so
Me too.
much.
Thank you so much, Robin.
You're welcome. So just let me ask you before we
Yes.
go, very important question. How can people reach you? And also, is there like a valuable free resource they can get from you? And I always say it's a bit cheeky me asking that, but actually I'm not being cheeky. I'm being quite clever. I'm actually saying, look, is there a way people can get a bigger taste of what you do and find out more about you and connect with you?
Yes, absolutely. So I believe you're going to share the link, but I have what I call my personality brand bio checklist, which is essentially 10 small things that people can do to infuse personality into their bio. Very easy, very digestible, very simple. Anyone can connect with me on LinkedIn because that's where I hang out the most. And then, of course, you can come to my website, morethanwordscopy.com, and I have a newsletter that goes out every other week with lots of fun things around messaging and branding and whatnot. And it's not your typical newsletter.
Fantastic. Morethanwordscopy.com. And as you say, we will be sharing the link to the valuable free resource. For those watching, it's on the video, and for those listening, it'll be with all the descriptions on it. They will take you to the page where you can find the link. So it will be easy for you to get that valuable free resource. Danielle, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Robin. This has been delightful.
It has. I've thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. Thank you for doing this today. And remember, everybody, please keep goal busting. Make your future self proud. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.